Hi everyone, so about week 25 and we're still in Canada. So this is the 18th of June until the 24th of June. So yeah, we're still in Canada, but this time we are further up into the Rocky Mountains. We were driving between Banff and Jasper, and then obviously we stayed up there for a bit, and then we came back down to Canmore and then back into Calgary. So that was our week, and then we flew back on Friday evening. So yeah, we had a really, really good time. Very different second half of the week. No, second half of the holiday, because we had a completely different change of weather. We actually ended up with a snowstorm in Jasper, which was different. So you'll see a few things, but obviously the main thing will be in my travel album when I come around to doing that. So this is the backside of Design F. So obviously I've got this 10 3x4s and the one 6x4. That Canada card, that's the one I saved from the previous layout, using the O Canada collection from Photoplay. I saved that one because I knew I was going to be one over, and I knew I wanted to use this collection for this week because it's very outdoors, mountain, holiday sort of style. So it's the Let's Go Anywhere collection by Echo Park. I've used it once before for a completely non-mountainous holiday, but I got to use some of the, more bespoke sort of stickers and stuff for this type of getaway, so I'm excited to use that one. So I'm just going to use the suitcase card for my title card, and I'm going to use the Canada card next to that. And in the first photo, the 6x4, is a picture of a bear. So I was so excited. We didn't really see many animals in Banff. We saw some deer and maybe an elk and stuff, but nothing like majorly wildlife. So when we was driving up the Icefield Parkway, we hadn't even got that far when suddenly this bear just came out of the woods and it was just strolling along the road. This was when we was going through a bit of a snowstorm. It wasn't so bad at this point, but again, you'll see in my album just how bad it did actually get as we were driving up that way. But we managed to sort of slow down a little bit and get some photos of it. Because of the conditions, there was hardly any cars on the road. I think there was one car in front of us who had also sort of stopped to have a look at him. But there was no other cars on the road, so we didn't feel bad about stopping. But this photo is very zoomed in. We aren't right next to it. He's on the other side of the road. I just zoomed in with my camera and managed to get some really good photos. So I'm just going to use some of the little cut parts. So one says, look where we are. The washi tape that I'm using is just a black striped one. No, sorry, I have like a chevron sort of one. I think came from Craft Sensations maybe. And then I'm just going to use a little sticker that says Lost in the Woods and a road trip sticker. Then I'm actually going to move them around, but I do use a cut apart, like a little car cut apart with a load of luggage on top. That's going to go underneath the title card. And then the photo next to that is a picture of Joe at the, I cannot even pronounce this. I've been trying to think about this name and how to pronounce it. But the waterfalls in Yoho National Park. They were absolutely amazing. We took a bit of a detour, to be fair, to get there. We didn't actually expect to be going there because we didn't think we'd have time, to be honest, but we managed to sort of get things done, and we had really busy days in order to get everything done, but I'm so glad we did. So again, I'm just going to put some washi tape and a little round globe sticker, and then I'm going to use the almost like a journaling card in between that. It's just got like a little notepad on there, and I thought that was quite cute, so I'm going to use that, and I can write some little bits on. And then the next photo is a picture of Joe in Maligne Canyon. So we were obviously intending on going to Maligne Canyon, and because of the snowstorm we didn't think we'd be able to go, but luckily it was open and it was fine. The only thing we did have, which is what this picture is, a lot of the trees were pushed down because of the snow and how heavy the snow was on them. There was a lot of trees falling down onto roads and onto pathways and stuff, so we had to do a bit of obstacle coursing to get around Maligne Canyon, but it was really nice. I really enjoyed it, and because of the weather it was quiet because it was quite slushy and stuff, but we had the shoes for it, so we was all right. We were just a bit worried about bears. I know that Maligne sort of area is well known for wildlife and stuff, so we just didn't know if we were sort of enclosed. We didn't know if there was gates or anything around this area, so we were just a bit worried about bears because we were literally the only people there. So we were trying to make as much noise as we could. We were playing music on Joe's phone a little bit and just talking, just to try not to startle a bear. But I just put a sticker that says explore and a little let's go sticker underneath that one. The photo underneath the car cut apart is a picture of me up at Jasper Skytram. So we took the Skytram up. There was a bit of a break in the clouds and it looked like it was going to be really good views. So we went up and we actually rescheduled that. We were supposed to do that the day after. But because we had clear skies then we thought, oh, well, why don't we try and move it? So we did, and up there it was amazing, but it was absolutely covered in snow. Like the poor workers were digging out to try and get rid of some of the snow around the walkways and stuff. So you could walk halfway around, but you couldn't do any of the hikes because it was literally meters in snow. But it was amazing up there. So that was just a picture of me with all the snow in the background. And then the cut apart next to that, I love it. It's just these mountains and like black and white mountains, and I think it's perfect for this sort of holiday. And then the photo next to that is a picture of me at Bouvet Lake. I can't think what it's called now, but it was absolutely amazing. We just went there because we were recommended by one of the people that worked at the Skytram, and it was just beautiful. We absolutely loved it. We loved walking around it. So highly recommend that one. I think it's Bouvet. It was beautiful. And then I just use a little sticker that says follow your dreams on that one. And then the last cut apart just says capture your memories. And that is everything. So that was all the photos and bits and pieces that we did for this part of the week. Obviously, this is very condensed. We did loads more, and as I said, I've got 500 photos of this trip. So these are just 5 of the 500 that I have. So loads to come, and obviously loads of more descriptive and more detailed will come in my travel album. But we had an absolute blast in Jasper, and even though the weather wasn't on our side, for some of it we did actually miss out on Moline Lake, which is a bit of a shame, but due to the avalanche warnings and stuff, obviously it's better to be safe. So yeah, the weather didn't go 100% our plan, but we had a really, really good time, and it was still just as beautiful, and we saw everything that we wanted to see, really. It's filled with lakes and mountains and everything that are beautiful, so there's just too much to do anyway. You kind of never do unless you live there, you can't see everything. So we were very happy with what we did see, and we had an absolutely amazing time. So on the card for my title, I'm just going to use my archival ink in Brilliance White, just to put the dates on, and that is everything. So I will be back with the second part and the last part of Canada fairly shortly, just with our last couple of days in the parks and making our way back to the airport in Calgary. So I hope you've enjoyed this little mini Canadian series. I'm sure you're looking forward to the travel album, but you're just going to hang in there just whilst I get up to date with all my other ones. So yeah, I will be back soon with part 2 of week 25. Thank you very much. Bye.